I became a slave to my desires over this past month, where it started off innocently. I got a computer, I put it down into my room, and started creating content. You know, switching up my content style to being in this room, to using a computer to put some notes down for how I'm going to organize my videos. Things that I told myself would help improve my channel, take it to the next step, start, getting some traction within it. But in reality, what really happened was I started spending more time on my computer, consuming more content with the idea that I was getting better as a result. I remember there was a 2 week stretch where I just sat down, went on this website called School, which is like an online, database for learning, and I just consumed content for 2 weeks straight, each and every single day for hours on end with the idea that, hey, I'm learning and I'm getting better. Learning is important, knowledge is power. When in reality, all I was doing was starting to reinforce this belief that, oh shoot, the internet's pretty nice. I should spend all my time on there. I broke up my routine. I fell apart. I started just doing what my desires told me to. Oh, I don't want to work. Okay, I'm not going to. Oh, I want to go on the computer. That's what I'm going to do. And I started making those mistakes. I started getting addicted to the internet once again. And it kind of culminated yesterday where, complete transparency, I made a few mistakes. I relapsed on porn. I'll make that honest. Like, I'll tell you honestly, I did that. I messed up. I almost played video games for the first time in 11 months, right? Made that mistake. I stayed at home for the entire day and I basically missed my workout for the first time in about 8 months. I had to go outside on a walk instead of doing the run that I told myself I was going to do. I failed badly yesterday, right? I had lost my purpose. I felt lost. I didn't put in the effort that I knew I was supposed to be doing. And that's why I want to make this video. I want to be transparent. I have been a slave to my desires years ago and recently. Don't become one. Don't be a slave to your desires because desires never end, right? When you desire something, okay, if it's an important thing like getting a better body, improving in some facet of your life, that's not really a bad thing, right? Everybody has desires unless you're a monk. But if you don't control them, if you don't systematically choose out the desires you want to face within your life, for example, choosing to get better at YouTube, your desires will come to control you, right? And they never end. If I want to improve at YouTube, if I want to become a better athlete, that doesn't really end, right? I always want to keep getting better, become more accurate as I shoot basketballs, get faster at running. Like that never ends. It's a never ending process. What about video games? What about porn? What about these bad habits, these negative impacts on your life that never actually end? They can derail your life, they can ruin you, and they can make you a slave to them. This is why boundaries are necessary within your life. This is why you need that self respect, self control to figure out what you want to desire in your life. Because if you don't control them, they will control you. And I know this, like back in COVID, I did nothing but sit in my house, play video games, watch porn, and nothing else. And then after a while, I felt like I was chained to it, that I wanted to quit. I wanted to break free from this addiction that I had, but I couldn't. And I suffered for it, right? I went to school. I went to, like, once COVID kind of ended, right? Going back to school, I was crippled by this. I was crippled by the feeling of just feeling that fear, feeling that need to do the thing that I know I wasn't supposed to be doing. And those desires controlled me like a puppet on strings for ages, for years, in fact, right? Only when I broke free of that, only when I took control of my own circumstance, my own situation, did I really start to make progress in my life. When I quit those desires, quitting video games, quitting porn, right? When I disconnected from that reality, when I disconnected from the fact that I didn't want to face those desires in my life, then I chose something better to pursue. Self improvement, YouTube, writing. And now I have desires. I want to get better in these facets of my life, but I'm in control. They're directing me towards a better place in my life, better place that I want to end up later down the line, rather than thinking, oh shoot, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be stuck to this. I don't want to feel this within my life, but I'm trapped. You don't want to get to that point. Right? There's these lyrics. Never again is what you said the time before. You don't want to get to that point where you're addicted, where you can't quit, where you can't break free. because it is painful. Take it from me, from a guy who knows you don't want to get there. So figure it out. Get a piece of paper. Write down what desires you want to have in your life, what you truly want to improve at, and everything else that you have in your life that isn't pertaining to those like three things, right? Write down 3 desires in your life that are extremely important that you want to dedicate, maybe not your life because I don't know how old or young you are, but dedicate a good portion of time to, say like the next 5 years. Choose some important things. For me, writing, track, YouTube. Those 3 things will give you direction. Those 3 things are the desires that you actually will get dividends out of in your life. The things that will help you improve as an individual. Work towards something that you could feel fulfilled and happy within. And then cut out all the distractions. Right? I had to cut out porn. I had to cut out video games. I had to cut out like using social media. I had to cut out so many things in my life, and it doesn't feel bad because those are not things I want to desire. Those are not things that I want to have any sort of control over who I am as an individual. When you choose your desires, you choose what you want to be unhappy about. You choose what you want to pursue. So choose wisely. All right? Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like this content. Peace.